You were talking about the cypherpunk, like crypto-anarchist, like freedom maxi, and so I just wanted to note that on your Twitter bio, the first two words in it is freedom maxi, and yeah, that's everything that I love about the space. This what this channel is all about: self-custodial technology, privacy, sovereignty.
Yes.
And so, if you were to give the audience a starter kit, what might be some technology or gadgets or mindsets or tools that you could recommend for someone getting started in their freedom maxi journey?
Cool.
So top 3.
Freedom, you can think of it in many ways. Like I think you can talk about like economic freedom, you can talk about political freedom, you can talk about social freedom, and like they're all important. And I think it's more like a kind of North Star in terms of, I believe that's how sort of humans work best, and we want liberty both for individuals as well as groups of people. And then it can apply in different ways in terms of sort of what's in your own locus of sphere of control. I guess like self-custody, I think, is a great one in terms of just like not your keys, not your Bitcoin, not your crypto. Like that's a very basic thing. And I think it's also like a mindset thing where instead of just being a slave to technology, you sort of take control. And that's the same thing with like open source and owning your data and keeping it private and so on. So like a lot of it, I think, is like in terms of also literacy or education and like understanding that the technology we have today is like very, very powerful. And like the phones that we have or the information we consume, it's not that different no matter sort of where you come from in the world, no matter if you're like the richest person in the world or you're in the middle of nowhere in Africa or Latin America or Asia or what have you, you still have roughly the same technology and same possibility in terms of information if you sort of have the skills, if it's like comes to English or when it comes to like programming or technology and all of these things. So I think that's like an important mindset thing, and that the fact that you can have self-custody and control your own assets and control your own communication and data and so on, that's massive. And then also like just, I guess, in terms of thinking that the world is like a big place and we're very fortunate that we can just travel freely and work on this technology that's like across boundaries and stuff. And that's not something that was the case like 50 or 100 years from now. So like we have a Canadian here and a Swedish person and we're in Taiwan and we're shooting this video for the internet. And I think just like taking advantage of that and looking beyond the horizon and you can always like move and go other places and you can use different jurisdictions to your advantage and stuff like that. That's another thing. A third thing, I guess, is like also in terms of judgment. There's like a lot of AI and fake news and stuff like that, and powerful forces that it's like propaganda and all kinds of things. And I think just being able to think critically and sort of not just take AI slop as like the gospel, but just thinking critically and understanding how to thinking deeply about like trust and like who do you trust and what do you trust and like why, and like reading and understanding how powers work and stuff. I think that's like a more general thing, but I think it's important to not just be, there's like this quote of like program and be programmed, and I think you do want to understand how things operate and kind of educate yourself to be able to guard against like various type of more social things that are going on as well.
Self-custody, location optionality, and judgment. That's the starter kit. That's a beautiful starter kit and something anyone can start researching and look up resources for and just start acquiring some freedom in your pores and in your veins.
And I think it's also very, and we talked about this in the beginning, like in terms of one thing I appreciate about Taiwan is that sort of not taking these things for granted. And I think it's a case for a lot of people around the world where I talk to a lot of people who come from, I don't know if it's like Argentina or Vietnam or what have you, they're just sort of more up and coming and sort of people are very hungry and they kind of understand a lot of the core value proposition of crypto a lot better than people from the developed world, like developed world. I don't know why I use that word anymore. It doesn't make sense anymore. But like from Europe or what have you, where people are like a bit more complacent and they're not really in tune with what's happening. And I think just like accelerating that mindset and believing in yourself and believing in what we're building, I think that's powerful.
Love it. Y'all heard it first. And the whole developed world.
Yeah, I don't know why I said it. It's such a bullshit word. I think it
is bullshit. Balaji Srinivasan has a good mental model for this: is ascending world and descending world.
Yeah, that's a better. I like that framing better.
Honestly, like Canada.
No,
US,
we both left.
Europe,
So we're obviously biased. We left the Canadian and the Swedish paradise. So
Come to Asia. Shit's better here.
This is good. Yeah.